Hey guys, welcome to Car Paladin. Let's talk about some car buying today. In today's video, I'm basically just going over how much wiggle room can you expect at a car dealership on a used vehicle. I talk a lot about new vehicles. Used cars are completely different. It's a little bit more difficult because you don't know what the dealership bought the vehicle for. There's really no way to indicate that easily. You might be able to have access to like a Twix report, but average car shopper is not going to have that information available to them. How do you know how much wiggle room there is on a used vehicle at a car dealership? What you're going to want to do is check the Carfax. Most of these dealerships have a free Carfax report, and on that report, you're going to see when the vehicle was listed for sale by that dealership. That will give you a good indication of how long that vehicle's been on the market. So once you have that little bit of information, it could go a couple different ways. Let's talk about what the dealership expectations are when they're selling a vehicle, right? When a dealership buys a car, they expect to make anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 worth of profit on it. So if I'm selling a car for, I don't know, let's just make up a random number here, $30,000. I probably bought the car for hopefully around 22, 23. I got to expect a little bit of negotiation from the customer, and I have to also account for any kind of recon that needs to be done to the vehicle. For example, if it needed new tires, brakes, needs a new battery. Most dealerships have a pack, so that means just a fee that goes into every single car they buy no matter what, which covers other expenses at the dealership. That could be anywhere from $500 to $1,500. Varies at every store. So that being said, if I just list a vehicle, taking all those factors into account, there's probably about, I could say roughly $3,000 worth of profit built into that sell, I would hope. So as a consumer, you're trying to gauge how long has this vehicle been here? Also, what are other vehicles like it selling for? If this, let's say I'm looking for a GT Mustang and similar miles in year, every other dealership's selling them for 43, but this dealership has it listed for 40, 3K less than everywhere else. I mean, there's probably not a lot of wiggle room there. You have to just know that you're trying to buy the car under market, but also be realistic of what that market is. If you came in because it was a great price, I mean, typically they're not going to have a lot of wiggle room there. They're advertising it aggressively, so that way it will sell quickly. Aggressive pricing doesn't start until about day 30, day 25. I mean, up front, a dealership's posting these things to make money. Again, they're selling to their surrounding market. So let's say my market only has 2 GT Mustangs black with a premium package on it in a 300-mile radius. I really don't have to price mine very aggressively or expect to have to lower it. So keep that in mind. They're pricing based on their market, not like the national market or anything like that. Every car is different. You're going to want to do your research. And again, if a car is listed at a great price and then compare other vehicles compared to it, they're similar or just way more expensive or 2 or 3 grand more expensive, you go to the dealership, obviously check it out, check the Carfax, make sure that looks good. Make sure there's no damage on it. You're looking for rust spots. You're looking for on the body pieces, does it look aligned? Does the hood look okay? Is it, you can just tell these things by looking at the body lines, the door spacing, the hood spacing. Does it all look good? Interior, does it smell weird? Does it smell like smoke? These are all going to be little things you can use to negotiate the price just a little bit. But again, if you show up to the dealership, it looks amazing. It's exactly what you want. You get on Auto Trader, it's listed out as a great price. Other things you found around the area are priced higher than that. Chances are they're going to not give you a discount. There's going to be zero wiggle room, especially if if you're up against an aggressive sales manager. He's just not, he's going to know what he has, and he's not going to want to negotiate on that vehicle. That being said, guys, it does vary dealership to dealership. The best practice is just kind of know what you're walking into. which you can find all that stuff on carpaladin.com. It's got tons of advice and YouTube videos, and of course the Gold Course, which is just a full walkthrough of how to buy a car. And yeah, I think that about covers it, guys. How much wiggle room is there on a used car? It varies from dealership to dealership. Almost impossible to tell. Your top indicators are going to be how long it's been sitting there and then the market around that vehicle. So how many of those other vehicles are there in an immediate 200, 300 mile radius? I mean, if you're looking at Camrys, of course, there's going to be a ton of Camrys everywhere. But if, in that scenario, you're looking for a GT Mustang Premium White, probably not a bunch. And you're going to be able to do your research on AutoTrader or a website like that to verify that pricing is very good. But just walking into the blue at a dealership and, hoping or trying to figure out how much wiggle room there is on that specific vehicle is very bad practice. If you guys have any other questions or anything about buying a car or what to look for, just post a comment below. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please subscribe or like the video so that way it helps me out. Thanks so much.